Greetings everyone, my name is Marcus G. Magdalwis from P1009E18, and today I'll be showing you a tutorial on how to make a brochure from Canva. Now let's take a look at why do we really need brochure as a student. Okay, number one, as university students, we tend to enter competitions where booths are required, and so with a booth, you obviously need a brochure. And why do we need a brochure? It's because we have to attract outsiders or even the judges to look at our booth. And so these brochures serve as a function to actually, how do you call it? To actually show an overview of what your team does. And with that, I'll show you how to make a brochure that will wow the judges away. Let's go! Alright, so first of all, what you're gonna do is you're gonna launch your Canva. As you can see right here, I've done it. Alright, so as you can see, there's many buttons over here, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to templates and search up brochure. Alright, and as you can see, there are a lot of brochures, but based on what we want, we're basically talking about seaways and everything, so we should create our own from scratch. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to go over here and create a blank brochure in landscape format. I'm just going to copy paste one that I found on Google because it relates most to the sea, so it looks a bit more aesthetic. So I'm going to do is I'm going to go to elements and I'm going to search up rectangle. Alright, there you have it, and I'm going to stretch all the way to the top and all the way to the bottom. Alright, and as you can see, your divided section is not equal, so we could make that equal by adjusting, and you can estimate the size, alright, as you go along with it. Alright, so I can thinking about here is equal, be known as a divider lah. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to a lighter color. Alright, let's say maybe not so light, maybe something like this, and I'm just going to go over here. Alright, transparency, and reduce the transparency just enough so it looks like there's a partition over there. Alright, so you have your divider ready. Alright, so what you're going to do is how you're going to add a title. Alright, you're going to go to text, add a text box, and type your title. Let's say our title is called Clean Sweep. Alright, okay, now it's in this type of font, but how do you want to make it bigger? Alright, you click it and you see it's font 12. There are two ways. One is by pressing increase font size, or you can decrease the font size to however you like it. But as for me, I'm lazy. I prefer to drag it to my preferred font size. Alright, now as you can see, you have a size that I would like, but I do not like the font. So I'm just going to click on it again and change it, because right now it's in Canva Sans, but I prefer for a bold, sleek, Spartan font. Alright, what I'm going to do is by reducing the line space, by going all the way to advanced setting, and reducing the line space to my liking. Alright, so now next in your brochure, what you're going to do is you're going to add headings. This page will be about group information, right? So let's gonna add a text, again the same thing, text, add a text box. Let's put it about this. Alright, so we're gonna go up, big, and drag it to the middle. Alright, next, how do you want to add pictures? Because this is about us and you want to seem professional, so you want to add pictures of your team members. So I'm gonna show you an example of how you're gonna add it. So number one, you're gonna go to uploads and maybe upload a picture. Alright, let's take this picture for example. Alright, as you can see now, it's in rectangular shape, but if let's say I have 4 members along with me, so we're gonna add frames to it so it looks much neater and much sleek. So what we're gonna do is go to elements, search up frames, but I'll just go with a simple one, which is circle. Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna adjust it to the size of my liking. Alright, and I'm gonna drag this picture in, and voila, you have it. But as you can see, that picture does not look so neat because your head is being cut off, right? So what we're gonna do is I'm going to double click it and adjust the frame to my liking. There, sorry about that. Alright, so you could do the same for the rest of your members, but now I'm gonna teach you on how to add name below it. It's the same thing as how you make your your title or your heading. So we're gonna do is text, add a text box, and let's say my name is Marcus. I'm just gonna add one behind me, and that's how you add name under it. Alright, next I'm going to teach you how to put in your content and make it look neat, because as you know, alright, let me give you an example. I'll just take this for example, and I'm gonna add it here. Let's say normally when you type, right, let's say it's like this, and as you can see, it's very messy. Like there's no consistency of lines, right, and it's not pleasing to the eyes. So what we're gonna do is we're going to go over here, alignment, and make it all the same length. That way it's much neater. Alright, and okay, here's another pro tip when it comes to graphic designing in general, not just when it comes to brochure. If you're making a professional design, you might need to use a mixture of professional, creative type of fonts. So as you can see, we're trying to make something where it's professional at the same time creative. So we might want to use a more elegant yet formal setting of fonts. So we're gonna change our fonts to maybe Times New Roman. There. So there you have it. And let's say this title will be the same thing. Maybe it will be about why. Why are we doing this? Alright. Say since we're talking about sea and seaways and solving the problem, let's add graphics like rubbish to it. But first, we're gonna go with waterways, just to add the creativeness there. Alright. So you're gonna go search your creative graphics and you can find anyone. Alright, so you can just select one. Alright, I prefer if you want to be like creative, you could actually do on all three. Alright, just do that, and do that. But if you want to keep it simple, you can just do it on one page. So because as you make a brochure and you print it out, you'll be folded, so you'll just look at the front page only. Alright, so now you can actually adjust the font size. Alright, I'm not the font size, but I mean the image size, by just dragging it up and down to your liking. So for me, I prefer it to be maybe about this big. Alright, next we're going to add the rubbish. Alright, so we just search up rubbish from elements again, go to graphics. As once again, you don't need pro, but if you have pro, that's a bonus. Alright, here's a pro tip again. If you don't want your element to be like straight like this, cause look, it looks ugly, you can actually play with your angle. Right, alright, and just adjust it to your liking. Right, next you just do it again with any other elements, maybe a can, something. Adjust it to your likings. You have to understand that sometimes graphic designing requires logical thinking. You have to be able to relate your content. Alright, next just add rubbish or anything, just keep it simple. Alright, there you have it. Alright, now as you can see, this over here is actually quite not nice. As you can see that there are over the wave, but you want it under the wave, right? As if it's like an illusion where it's floating on the water. So what you can do is you can click on any one and right click and look at layers and send backwards. You can do the same for everyone else and backwards, and do the same for the can. There you have it. Alright, so now you have your graphics settled. Alright, so now I have taught you how to add headings, how to add titles, how to add pictures, how to make your content look neat when it comes to your wordings, and how to add graphics and all that. And I've taught you how to change size, how to change angle. Here's a glimpse of what the final product would be, as I've done it before. Here is a template of what I used for my previous competition. So with that, I hope everyone learned something, and thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you and God bless.